Hello friends and enemies, welcome to your yearly series check-in, in which I tell you all of my sins, which is that I don't finish things. I finish more than I expected. I don't abandon things. I keep not reading the same series and finishing new series. What is wrong with my brain? Hopefully other people also have this problem where like you have a series on marathon and then series that just like linger. We do have a lot to go through. I'm not going to give you like extensive details on these series. I'll give you major key points on any of the finished ones I read and those that I'm current with, and minimal on the ones I'm trying to catch up with. And then also we'll have one I'm abandoning. Hopefully next year this list has shifted a lot, but so far I feel like I'm just always reading the same series because I'm definitely a big standalone girl. Like as a reader, I love standalones and I love like duets at the most. So there's that. Anyways, we're gonna dive right into this and I'm gonna share my shame with you. But first, the win, which is the finished series I read in the last year. Literally, it's been about a year since the last check-in for this. So first up, I did finish the If Shakespeare Was an Anti-Tales trilogy by Nisha Sharma. Mare de Masti was the last book that came out last fall. This series is really cute. I really think book 2 and 3 are the best in the series. If you didn't love Dating Dr. Dill, but you didn't hate it, I would try book 2 and 3. These are fantastic contemporary retellings of Shakespeare that are very enjoyable, even if you're not like a Shakespeare head, I feel like, because I am not, and I really had a good time with them. Next, we have the Pack Darling duet, which I'm considering finished. I do have a extended epilogue to read at some point, but the first two, part 1 and part 2, I read over a weekend. I think I read part 1 between a trip, it was on our trip to Maine, so like I read it, finished it, read part 2 on the flight home and finished it. This is a really great Omegaverse. As always with Omegaverse, you need to check your content warnings and things like that because it does have a lot in there. A lot of things we've seen a lot of Omegaverse, but it was really fun and I loved it. It's definitely it made it into my favorites of the year. Then we have the Mistletoe Collection. This is from Amazon or Under the, whatever it's called. These are the shorts that Amazon releases occasionally. I have 2 of those here that I finished or we're considering finished. So I didn't read the Tessa Bailey in this one, but I'm just considering it done. This was really fun and cute. Great time for the holidays next year. Then we have Elemental Love, which is the Celestine Martin Witch trilogy. This has Witchful Thinking, Kiss and Spell, and Deja Brew. Deja Brew came out last year. I read it. Fantastic time. If you want a witchy good time, you actually could start this series this spring because book 1 technically takes place over the spring and summer. And then I think book 2 is like summer, fall, and book 3 is fall-ish. Somewhere in there. They start not Halloween season, if that makes sense. These are really fantastic witch pairing books. We have a witch and a merman, a witch and a fae, and a witch and a wizard. So yeah, I loved these. I think these are just one of those ones that deserve as much love as humanly possible. Then we have the Rule Breaker series by J.R. Wilder. I should not have read this. I should not have finished this series, but here we are. I finished it. I didn't love this. I would not recommend. I think the final book, which I think was the Polly one, was the most enjoyable, but these just weren't great. They didn't really work for me at the end of the day. Another Amazon series, which is Improbable Meet Cute. I read all of these. I had a delightful time. I think these were really, really fun and silly, like in the best way kind of silly, so highly recommend. Then we have Shatter Me, which I read all of and did a vlog of last year. I'm considering this finished because we're getting the spin-off series and that's going to be its own series, kind of. I'm very excited for it. I understand the Shatter Me fandom a lot more now. These are very good. This is such a fun dystopian YA romance series. And yeah, I had a blast. But definitely not for anyone who doesn't like lyrical or purple prose. Then we have Them Boys by Alexandria House. I did finally finish this trilogy. These are really fun and quick reads. I would say Shu and Set were my favorite of the 2. I think Ja is the one with some tropes that people aren't going to love. But overall, they're all basically a 4-star. They're all fun. They're all a good time. So I do recommend. Next, let's talk about the series I'm current with. First up, we have the Jacksonville Rays. This should be a surprise to 0 people here. 0 people. Of course, I'm current. I'm eagerly anticipating our next release. I cannot wait. I'm always ready for more. Then we have Monstrous Matches by Lillian Lark. This is a bathhouse. It's all centered around this bathhouse kind of and this town. And these are various monstrous matches, and at some point they all end up at the bathhouse. Book 1 sets up the bathhouse. These are really, really fun. These are top tier monster romances in my opinion. And if you are a monster romance reader and you have not read these, I think you need to get on it. Next, we have the Wayward Children series. I'm generally every year about current on these. I don't know if it's done or yet, so I'm putting it in current because I haven't seen confirmation for book 11. But I read book 10, enjoyed it, and I'm really excited to see more. I also am current with King of Sins by Anna Wong. This is a series that may get abandoned after King of Envy. We will see what I think. I did not love the last book. Yeah, I did not love King of Sloth. So we'll see what I think, and then I'll go from there. If I like King of Envy, I'm going to continue. If not, I think I'm unhauling and getting rid of them all. Then we have Dark Olympus by Katie Robert. This one I'm also current with. I have Sweet Obsession as an arc. I just haven't read it yet because it doesn't come out till April. I don't really want to read it too soon. Next we have the Maple Hill series. This is by Hannah Grace. I have read all of them so far, and I've enjoyed every single one, honestly. I think that whole series as a whole for a college romance are very fun and very readable and enjoyable, and she's done a good job changing them up. Next we have the Royal Artifactual Guild by Ruby Dixon. This I read Full Moon Rising this year, and when I saw it was going to be a series, was ecstatic because I loved book 1 so much that I'm really happy we're going to get more in this world. Next we have Librarians in Love. So this is by Gabriela Gamez. The first book is this one. So book 1 was the next best fling, and book 2 is Kiss Me Maybe. So we are getting a sapphic pairing in this one, which is ecstatic to me. Like, I'm so pumped. I really enjoyed both of these. I think they're just very fun, cute, sweet contemporaries. Then we have Curve by Danielle Allen. So Curvy Girl Summer was book 1, and we're getting book 2 this summer, I think, or spring. I enjoyed book 1 enough that I would like to continue and try book 2. If I don't love book 2, I will probably also drop this series. But so far they've been very fun, enjoyable black romances. Then we have Her Vicious Beast by E.P. Bally. We have book 2, 3, 4, whatever. The next book is coming out in March or April. I did sign up for an arc, so fingers crossed. But I have loved this Banana Pants Bonkers paranormal why choose situation we have happening, and I'm just here for more at the end of the day. The more I read these, the more I want more of it. So there's that. We have Immortals After Dark, which I'm always current with because rarely do I have a book sitting for this series. This is by Kresley Cole, one of my all-time favorite series. We get the next book this spring, I believe. So I'm very much fingers crossed holding out for another one to read because I just love them so much. Then we have the Loose End series by Rebecca Weatherspoon. I'm eagerly awaiting Duke's book. I loved Megan, and this is another one where I see myself definitely continuing to read them as they come out. Then we have the last 2 series I most recently caught up on, which is The Undone, which is Unsteady and Unloved. This is by Peyton Corinne, and these are some of the best college angsty romances I've read recently, and they just hold up every time. So I'm very excited for more. Then we have Off the Ice by Bal Cabra. This is Collide and Spiral. Revolve comes out this fall in like October. And again, same thing. These are so good and so delightful. Then we have the Lights Out series by Simone Santali. I read Cross the Line last year. I actually have an arc for the second book, which is Ride With Me, and that is out in May. And I'm very, very excited for it. So I'm also current and will remain current. All right, let's talk about the big list, which is all the books I need to continue. Oh my goodness. I limited myself to 20. There's probably more that I am missing, and that is okay. We're gonna call that okay. So first up, we have Chloe Lisa's Bergman Brothers series. I read book 1 last year for my members, and I enjoyed it. So I do think I would like to continue the series and read the full series at some point, but I'm only on book 2, so who knows? That could change very quickly, but for now, I do think I would like to pick it up. I enjoyed book 1. It was pretty cute. She did edit some issues people had with book 1, and that's been fixed in the re-release, so definitely make sure you're picking up the most current edition and not an older print copy. Then we have The Queen and the Orc Prince by Quay Hudson. I really liked book 1, so I do just need to read book 2 and finish this off because why not? Like, why am I going to let it linger? But yeah, I liked book 1. It is kind of a darker, angsty orc romance situation, but it also was very fun and enjoyable overall, so I'm really curious to see where it goes because we ended on a bit of a cliffhanger in book 1. Then we have The War of the Lost Hearts by Carissa Broadbent. I read books 1 and 2. I need to just go ahead and read book 3 so I can finish this trilogy and call it a day. I don't know how much more Carissa Broadbent I would read because I didn't hate these, but I didn't love them. Like, I'm not drawn to just continue picking these up. Then we have Criminal Intentions by Cole McCade. This is a series I've had ambitions to read more of every year, and I'm not doing great because I'm only on book 3, but they are very intense police procedural with romance elements and mystery thriller elements in there. But they're really quick. So there's like seasons and episodes basically. So it's like a TV show. And I would just like to like maybe pick up 1 a month. Maybe 2 at most. So I may actually check out book 3 soon and try and read it. Next we have Bonded by Thorns by Elizabeth Helen. This is one of my favorite Beauty and the Beast inspired Why Choose romances I've read. I have to read Broken by Daylight, which is book 4, and I will be current. Shay and I actually have plans to start reading this in late February already, so we're going to pick those up very soon. Then I have the Zevry Mates books by Elizabeth Stevens. These are her alien romances. I've enjoyed her Omegaverse, which I did not put on this list. I could have, but I want to focus on her aliens. I'm on book 2, which is Taken to Nobu, and I have a bind up of the first 3 books in audio and ebook, so I feel like I just need to read the next 2 and see what I think and make a decision. Are these what I want to continue reading, or am I abandoning ship? Next I have Kate Daniels. I'm on book 6 technically, which is Magic Rises, I believe, but I want to note the final graphic audio comes out in May, I believe, so I'm planning to do a full reread from March, April, and May, probably, of the whole series, and do a big vlog project of at least the last 6 through 10 read through, maybe the whole thing. I don't know what people want. You can let me know in the comments if you feel one way or another. So I will be diving back in before we know it. Then I have A Deal with a Demon by Katie Robert. I have been so bad about reading this series. I have nerves because I know a lot of people didn't like certain ones. There's a lot of back and forth around it. I've read 2 out of the 6 and I have all of them, so I just need to commit and do it, which The Gargoyle's Captive is next on my list, and I do love a gargoyle romance, so it feels like I should just pick it up sooner than later. Next we have the Holy Nights series by Lee Jacquot. These are fun, like holiday-based novellas, kind of. I've read 7 out of 11. I'm on like the Labor Day one, so I probably will not pick up the next one until closer to Labor Day. And then I think this year I'm just going to keep picking them up as the holidays roll around, because why not? They're fun, they're silly, they're a smutty time. I would rather just finish it because I'm so close to being done that I feel like finishing them makes more sense than like abandoning it. Unless one of these like really just falls completely flat, like a 2-star, I'm gonna finish it. Next we have Brutal Birthright by Sophie Lark. I need to read book 4, 5, and 6 in this series, so I'll be starting on Bloody Heart. I do want to read these because I want to read the Kingmaker series, but I feel like you need this first. So I need to finish this so I can read those, and then I'll figure out what other Sophie Lark I have any interest in, if this is it. Then I have The East Side Brewery by Mia Hopkins. This has been lingering for ages. I'm very guilty. I love the first 2 books in this series, and I have this like weird thing about not wanting to let them go. I don't want to be done. As though I can't reread them, because I can. I'm just not a big rereader, so sometimes I struggle to let things go. So I need to just commit and read Tanked this year. I have the audiobook. I have a special edition of it up here. You can't see it, but I just need to commit and do it. Next we have Murderbot, which is one that I'm thinking to vlog if y'all want. I don't know. But Murderbot, I'm on book 3 right now, and I would like to just finish and get current with the series. I love Murderbot. I think this is such a fun sci-fi series, and they're really engaging and thoughtful, so we'll see. Next we have Phaedra's Trilogy by Jacqueline Carey. So I'm on book 2, which I think is Phaedra's Avatar, or I don't know. I'm on whatever book 2 is titled. I would like to read book 2 and 3 and just be done, and I'm probably done with that whole series. Like, I'm not going to continue forward, but I've been on book 2 for a very long time. So I think if I don't pick up book 2 this year, we're going to just move it to the abandoned list. We can always come back. We can unabandon things. That's okay. So next we have Tita Rosie's Kitchen Mysteries. These are by Mia P. Mansala, something like that. I'm on book 3. I don't know how I got so behind on these out of nowhere. So I definitely feel like in this like contemporary slump I'm in, I need to be picking up some of these to sort of like keep going, so to speak. The next one is The Dustwalker Brides by Opal Rain, and I need y'all's opinion. Do I try an audiobook book 2 to get through it because I just did not love book 2 when I tried to read it after book 1? Or am I potentially far enough away from book 1 that I might enjoy book 2 this time? Thoughts and opinions. Or do I just skip it and go to book 3? If I don't like book 3, I'm abandoning the full series, but I'm just like, I cannot decide what to do. So I would love other people's inputs. Next we have Finley Donovan. I have read through book 3. I have Rolls the Dice and Digs Her Own Grave to read, which they come out soon, and I'm probably going to read Rolls the Dice very soon. If I don't love these, I will abandon the series, but for now, they're kind of a fun, silly time. I'm always on the hunt for this kind of mystery thriller situation where I don't have to think too hard about it, and I don't have to like give it too much of my energy, and that's what these are to me. Like, they're not the best thing you'll ever read. I think the first few are really good, but otherwise they're just kind of there and they're a vibe. Next we have The House Witch, which will be a series that again also takes me a while because these are long drawn out audiobooks that I have. I'm on book 2 for this right now. These are very cozy kitchen witch books, and I'm really curious to see where it goes, to be honest. It's one that I can see myself just kind of over the years finishing. I definitely don't think I will read all of it like this year and get current with the first series. Next we have The Lakefront Billionaires by Lauren Asher. I liked book 1 of this a lot. I do need to read book 2. I've not yet, but I did enjoy book 1 for the most part. I don't mind a small town millionaire, I feel like, but I definitely am like also ready. I don't know. I'm just curious to read more Lauren Asher because I did like the Dreamland series. I know a lot of people did not like it, but I did enjoy those, and I'm just like intrigued enough that I think I want to read book 2. I also liked her Christmas novella. That was cute. Then we have the Ruinous Love trilogy. So I read Butcher and Blackbird. I have Scythe and Sparrow in order, and I own Leather and Lark. So I just need to read these, and these will very quickly be on my completed list, which is likely to happen before next year. Like, I probably will read them in the next month or two. Then, last but not least, we have Friendship in Rhode Island. This is a Kate Canterbury series for In a Jam, and In a Rush just came out, so I am officially not caught up, and that means that I need to read In a Rush soon, and we get book 3 this fall and book 4 in the spring. So I'm a very happy girl, because that sounds fantastic to me, that I can read In a Rush and know this fall I will get another one, and then read that one, and in the spring know I'm getting another one. So that's a good time. Okay, our One Abandoned series now for you. I don't think this is a hot take. I feel like no one I know has really liked book 2. So I figure we'll say goodbye because there's another series by this author I'm enjoying. But it's not on this list because book 2 is not out yet. I could have put it in the currents. Whatever. That is the Aunties series by Jessie Q. Sutanto. I'm saying goodbye. I read book 1. Book 2 had been on my TBR for ages. And it just had such mixed reviews. That I don't think I want to read it. So that's fine. That's fine. We're going to say goodbye. It's going. And yeah, I'll just read Vera Wong because that one has been a blast and book 2 isn't even out yet. So like I said, technically I'm current with it right now. I would love to know what series you're working to get current with in 2025. Or if you're like me and you just have series that sit for years and years and you're just like, I should read that. I'm not going to, but I should. Because shiny new things distract. But yeah, let me know in the comments where you're at with your series reading. If you don't do any of that, you can leave me a football emoji. I'm filming this on football. On the Superb Owl Day. Actually, if you made it this far, make sure you leave me an owl emoji because it's Superb Owl Day. Everyone's favorite holiday. I love that clip for What We Do in the Shadows. Also, it is that day and I'm filming this. So, go birds. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but go birds. So, fingers crossed my cheering go birds does not go awry. But yeah, I can't wait to watch the Kendrick Lamar concert. So, I'm gonna get this wrapped up. I'll have links to all these for you down below, links to my friend anywhere on the internet that I am, and I will talk to y'all in just a few days. Bye!
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited.